Today in Mountain View, schools are bracing for major budget cuts due to stagnant revenue. I'm Leah.
I'm Garrett.
Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in Mountain View, California. All right, here's where we begin. Mountain View schools face $9 million budget cuts amid stagnant property tax revenue. The Mountain View Wisman School District, our local school district, is facing a $9 million cut due to stagnant property tax revenue and rising costs. They're considering measures like staff reductions and school closures. If things don't change, we're looking at a projected deficit of $3.7 million this school year and a whopping $11.3 million next year. There's a bit of a debate going on about the accuracy of these projections, especially since past predictions of financial doom haven't exactly come true.
That's a curveball, Leah. I'm scratching my head a bit, honestly. Do we really need these cuts? I mean, the past predictions didn't happen, so maybe we should scrutinize these financial projections a little more closely, right? All right, let's roll on with Waymo's driverless cars overrun Palo Alto neighborhood, residents concerned. So, over the weekend, residents of St. Clair Gardens in Palo Alto noticed a swarm of Waymo's driverless cars. Those are like self-driving cars, forming convoys and really bumping up the traffic. This came after Waymo expanded its service to the peninsula, which is like our local region. Residents, like Ben Baum, are worried about safety and the lack of regulation. Waymo says it was due to a temporary route change, and they've adjusted things since then.
That's so wild, Garrett. I totally get where they're coming from with the safety concerns. There definitely needs to be clearer regulations for these autonomous vehicles, especially in residential areas, right? Okay, let's move on to our next topic. Pest control companies fined $3.5 million for illegal dumping and privacy violations. This one's a bit of a doozy. 3 pest control companies, part of Rollins, Inc., were fined $3.15 million for illegal dumping of pesticides and improper disposal of customer records. The investigation started back in 2021, led by district attorneys in 13 California counties. Now these companies have to reform their operations to comply with environmental and privacy laws.
That's a story worth telling, Leah. It really highlights how crucial it is to enforce environmental laws. I see this as a wake-up call for businesses to follow the rules or face big fines. Let's keep this going. Next up, Waymo's driverless cars overrun Palo Alto neighborhood, residents concerned. So back to our friends in St. Clair Gardens. Over the weekend, they were pretty shocked to see tons of Waymo's driverless cars, those are the self-driving ones, cruising around and jamming up the streets. This all happened after Waymo's recent service expansion in the peninsula area. Residents, like Ben Baum, are raising safety concerns and questioning the regulations around autonomous vehicle testing. Waymo said the uptick was due to a temporary route change, but they've adjusted things now.
Honestly, I get why folks are uneasy about this, Garrett. It's a bit of a mystery how these vehicles are regulated. We need to dig deeper into the oversight of autonomous vehicle testing to ensure public safety, right? Last up, let's set the scene again. Mountain View schools face $9 million budget cuts amid stagnant property tax revenue. Just to wrap it up, the Mountain View Wisman School District is bracing for a $9 million budget cut because of stagnant property tax revenue and rising costs. They're considering cutting costs through staff reductions and possibly closing some schools. If nothing changes, we're looking at deficits of $3.7 million this year and $11.3 million next year. There's a lot of talk about whether these projections are spot on, given past financial predictions didn't quite pan out.
Yeah, that's something to chew on, huh? I'm a bit skeptical about these cuts being necessary. Like, if past predictions didn't happen, maybe we should take a second look at those financial forecasts.
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in Mountain View. Have a great day and join us again tomorrow.